welcome to Thrive Talks. And we have an amazing guest here today, and it's going to be a super interesting topic as well. We have Dr. Ayan Merchant here with us today. She's a sports psychologist and a sleep expert. And I know a lot of our audience are here today, and they would love to hear when we especially say sleep, right?
Yeah, I can
So here we
that.
have with us Ayan. She's based out of Gujarat, and super glad to have you here, Ayan.
Thank you for having me here. Honestly, it's amazing, and I'm really glad that we could do this and
Perfect.
I could be a part of this. So thank you
Perfect.
so much for inviting me.
Perfect. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about sleep performance beyond the 8 hours that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
When athletes say, I know sleep is important, but, and then it goes on, right? What do you think they're struggling with?
So there's quite a few things that athletes tend to struggle with. So when we look at like how their schedule is made up, first
Yeah.
of all, they have different kinds of stress. So they end up having, whether it's schooling, whether it's training, whether it's homework, whether it's exams, deadlines for assignments. These are all genuine sort of stresses that they're dealing with
Absolutely.
on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Then you have what we would call performance related stresses, and that could be travel, that could be jet lag, that could be, getting from one place to the other, constantly a changing environment that's there, and then the stress or pressure of wanting to keep up with
Absolutely.
what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And then there's other stresses that we sometimes don't really notice, but some of them are, for at least older athletes, it's the consumption of, say, alcohol or
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, that completely creates an imbalance in the system that fragments your sleep.
Absolutely.
And that, sort of affects, so that causes a stress physiologically on the body as well.
Yeah.
And again, with medication and illness and all of these different aspects. So there's like multiple different areas of stress where athletes are getting, nutrition can be another stress, physio training, rehab can be another kind of stress. So there's multiple things that are sort of being dealt with by the athlete at one go.
Yeah.
And all of that can cause just different kinds of stress at different levels,
Absolutely.
depending on the athlete.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what I would put it as, the kind of stresses that I usually face with a lot of the athletes.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. I love how you described it so well. Tell me something from your understanding. What do you think is the biggest misunderstanding or myth that athletes have about sleep and performance?
Yeah. So a lot of the times athletes sort of separate out the sleep from the performance aspect of things. And I mean, culturally, we are in a environment where sacrificing sleep to get somewhere or
Yeah.
working hard at the expense of your sleep is
Yeah.
sort of celebrated in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But
Glamorized, isn't it? If you sleep
glamorized.
too much, it's lazy.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're hardworking. That's the label that we have.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. And so that's the thing that, I find most that I need to work on when I'm working with the athletes is that myth that you need to, and it comes from our homes, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing that we're kind of told, that if you want to get somewhere, do it at the cost of sleep.
Yeah.
And then everyone, for some reason, everyone has their eyes set on the number 8. 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours
Yeah.
of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. And that's fine for,
But where does that come from? Tell me.
I think that comes from the average, because usually when you define sleep, it's 6 to 9 hours. That's what you usually get as good sleep, depending on the person, because some people are just naturally short sleepers, some people are longer sleepers. So basically, anything between 6 to 9 hours is considered as sleep, and then 8 becomes the average, that you need 8 hours. But there are people who need more.
Yeah.
And there are people who need less. But when it comes to an athlete, the more the better. Is because, physically and mentally just putting yourself through those training, through the wear and tear that your body and mind goes through throughout that entire process of getting to an elite level, and then you're putting even more. So with all of that in place, that's where it becomes really difficult, because then I'm now convincing them that, okay, you need more than 8 hours.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
Because they're waking up feeling groggy. They're still not, feeling great.
Yeah.
They're feeling tired. So that whole myth of, oh, if I get 8 hours, things are
I feel
great.
fine. Yeah.
But actually, if you look at any elite athlete, they're probably sleeping 8 hours at night, great. But then they're also taking
Napping.
naps during the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
but a lot of the time student athletes don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have that
opportunity.
luxury. Yeah, for sure.
So that's when we need to rework and look at what we need to do to improve that. So these are few
Yeah.
of the myths that I'm sort of constantly contending with on a
Oh
daily
God,
basis.
I can imagine. I can imagine. But you were talking about athletes feeling groggy, and that's how you know that it's
Yeah.
not enough. Is there a point where poor sleep actually affects performance, and athletes can actually start noticing it?
Yes, you can. And the standard that I always say is when there is a decline in performance
Yeah.
without any explanation,
Yeah.
we need to sit down and take a look at what's what,
Okay.
So one of the biggest things obviously you have the basic symptoms, you have irritability, you have mood swings,
Yeah.
athlete unable to concentrate, poor decision making, for example. So these are all sort of signs during the daytime.
Yeah.
And fatigue is the big one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are signs that are very obvious.
Yeah.
But then if everything is in place and still the performance is declining, or they're still feeling fatigued, or still feeling
It could be
tired,
sleep, isn't it?
that's where I would say, okay, let's take a look at the sleep.
Yeah.
Are you getting the rest that your body needs?
Needs. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, all of these different mood and it could be related to burnout, it could be related to anxiety, it could be
Yeah.
related to a wide range of things. But that decline in performance when everything seems to be going well, why is that happening? We need to take a look at it.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll talk more in our next episode about sleep and stress and nervous system and all of that.
Sounds good.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope our audience gets to understand a little more about sleep. And I
Yeah.
know this is your favorite topic.
Yeah, I can go on.
I know for a fact they would be showing this to their parents or coaches and saying,
Yes.
I think I need more sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
talked about-
I hope I don't get calls from parents saying, oh, they're sleeping too much.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But we'll get into the science behind it in
yeah,
our
I
next
think it's,
episode.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Thank you.